Hey guys, welcome to my channel. You guys requested for me to do a video on why I transferred from Coastal Carolina University. Psych, I'm just kidding. To go to the University of Central Florida. So why I transferred from Coastal Carolina University was mainly because of lack of diversity. Where I'm from is Germantown, Maryland, which is now ranked the second most diverse city in America, okay? So I just left somewhere, like speaking in terms like back to last year, I left the second most diverse city in America to go to Coastal Carolina, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere. The only thing there is kind of the beach, and Coastal Carolina it's not diverse at all. Like, it just wasn't. It was just white and black people, which I don't have a problem with that, but nobody really mixed together, and it was very like segregated, and I didn't like that. I was not used to that. And that's kind of how it went, and that's how it was for the rest of the year. So during the fall semester of my freshman year, I kind of noticed something was up with that, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a second shot. I'm going to go through the spring semester, and during spring semester, I was like, I got to get out, because it didn't get any better for me. I'm very used to diversity with having a lot of different people. I'm used to being around Hispanic people, El Salvadorian, like my best friend, she's from El Salvador, Colombian, the other best friend's from Colombia, Middle East, Pakistan, everything, you know what I mean? Black, you have Jamaican, Caribbean, like just Haitian, just being around different people and having that different exposure to all the different cultures, and not just that, just Asian, Korean, Indian, you get what I mean. Germantown has all of that. We're built together like as a family, almost like a melting pot, and we melt together and share our cultures, and we learn about each other, and I've been used to that since I was younger. Even when I moved from Germantown to Frederick, Maryland, and Frederick, Maryland is actually ranked one of the top most diverse cities in America as well. And so is Silver Spring, which is, down the street, and Gaithersburg. So that whole entire area I was raised in is extremely diverse. Like, one of the top areas, the top cities in America that it's just most diverse. So diversity is very, very important to me. I feel like that's how you learn about other countries. That's how you know, so you're not ignorant toward them. You learn about other countries, you respect their cultures, you respect their beliefs and opinions, and you have an open mind. Now, when I went to Coastal Carolina, I didn't get that at all. I got a lot of closed-minded people. I met a lot of people that were homophobic, which, you have that everywhere, okay? But it was all kind of like in one spot. And the black people and the white people didn't really mix together, didn't really talk. If you were talking and hanging out with them, you were that token black person, or that token black guy, token black girl. But it was just, it wasn't really meshed like together, and I was not used to that at all. I wasn't used to people, like teachers wise. This is a different subject. So I went to class, and whenever I would get a question right, I remember my English class first semester and second semester, because I had the same English teacher. Whenever I got a question right, he'd be like, "Oh my God, good job, Raven! Oh my gosh!" And then like whenever the other kids in class would get the question right, they'd be like, "Great, Peter." Like, he never cared. But I and another person, we were the only two black people in that class. And it seemed like he really like downplayed us a lot, and that was very, very irritating to me. And that pattern kind of went on in my other classes too. Like, whenever I went to other classes, I was an education major, and I only had maybe one or two other black people in my class, which I didn't like that either. Just, I felt awkward. I felt like, I don't know, not that I couldn't relate to people, but other people weren't so open to just have conversation. And if they did, they would switch up on you and be like, "Hey girl, blah, blah, blah." And then it's like, wait, you weren't just talking to your homegirl Becky like that, but you had to switch up for me? That type of thing. So it was like I felt really isolated. The teachers didn't really kind of help me and give me that support I wanted, because, they kind of really downplayed me and treated me like I was dumb. I remember one time I went into the administrative office and I talked to this lady about how I wanted a different advisor. And I was like, I really didn't like my advisor. I felt like it wasn't good. She wasn't trying to do anything. When I talked to her about classes, trying to help me, because I told her I wanted to like try switching majors, and she was just like, no, like education is the key to life. Nobody switches out. And I'm like, what? Anyway, I remember complaining. She was like the director of advisors or whatever, and she literally told me, you know what? When you came and sat down, you came off angry and aggressive and blah, 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 blah. And everything she said was kind of like that stereotypical black girl description. And it really bothered me. And that was another thing that was like, okay, I gotta get the heck out of here because I cannot deal with that. And so that was basically our problem with the administration at Coastal. Another thing, I felt like it was too small. Coastal was way too small for me, and because the black community at Coastal wasn't big, everybody knew each other. I felt like it was like high school. Everybody knew each other. All the gossip went around like that. There was a handful of people to talk to, pick from, stuff like that. I didn't like that. I felt like everybody was put together. Go to parties, see the same people, same faces in class, around campus. Like, it was just the same, and that got really annoying to me. It just got old. The same thing. I know that once you go to parties in school, it typically does become the same thing, but not when you literally see the same people, because that's all that's there. I did not like that. I felt like very cliquey, and that's with, both white and blacks, not just black. It was just very cliquey. I didn't like the atmosphere. It was not welcoming at all. But before you sign up, a school's not going to show you that. They're not going to show you how cliquey it is. They're not going to tell you join a sorority to make friends. But when you get there and you figure out, oh, that's kind of what I have to do, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like what Coastal did. It was very cliquey. It was very hard to fit in. If I wanted to fit in, I would have to change myself completely. And if you know me from middle school, you know me from elementary school, yeah, I've grown up and I've been the same me. I've had the same personality. I've been the same crazy retarded girl. I can't help that. And I wasn't gonna change myself or talk a certain way, act a certain way, so that I could fit in with that community. And I'm not saying that everybody had to do that, because some people didn't, but for me, I felt like I was gonna have to change myself too much to be happy, and I just can't do that. I can't change myself. And then, with that not having diversity comes with the racism. I remember going to certain parties and they would tell me, oh, this is the wrong party for you. Oh, your party's down the street. And the party I went to before I left, we walked in, and it was a all-white party. He opens his door, sees us, it's like 3 black girls, including myself, and he was like, oh, yeah, you can come in. I like dark chocolate. And we were like, okay, whatever, because they had drinks. So we're like, all right, we heard that comment, but we kind of let it go and walked in. Then when we walked in, he was like, behind our, as he shut the door, as we walked in, he was like, oh yeah, only when I'm drunk. Only when you're drunk. And that's kind of how it was at Coastal. I could go on and on, but I think you kind of get the point of what I'm trying to say. I felt like it was racist, I felt it was too small, and overall I just didn't like the school. But I met a lot of great people there. When I think about my friends, I'm like, oh, I really miss you guys. I really do. I love doing Miss Coastal Carolina pageant. That was such a great experience. I love all the people I met through there. I love all the people I met through CAB and other organizations. I feel like Coastal really has potential to be a great school. It's just, it wasn't the school for me. Like I said, I met a lot of great people there. I still talk to everyone, and I still text you guys. And then whenever anybody texts me from Coastal to check in on me, I'm almost in tears. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't forget me. I miss you too, girl, and I miss you too. You know what I mean? It still means a lot to me, and I still love that school, and I plan to come visit because it was lit sometimes. It was lit for me at some point in my life, and I did like it. I knew I couldn't see myself going there for the next 2 years, my whole college years. I couldn't do it. So why I chose UCF, the University of Central Florida? Okay. So the biggest reason why I chose UCF is because the diversity here is crazy. There's everything here. There's every type of party here. You can't go, you go to a party and there's everything. like you go to the club, there's every race, you can talk, everybody talks to each other. It's Hispanic, you know, Black, Indian, just everything. Everyone talks to each other, and it makes me feel like home, because that's what I'm used to at home. I'm used to everybody talking to each other. It is a really good school for elementary education, and that's my major, so that's another reason why I chose it to Florida. I also chose it because it's in Florida and it's beautiful here, and I love the weather, and it's nothing like Maryland. Like, there's no snow. What is snow? Never heard of that, never felt that, never lived that. Like, it's awesome. I love this weather. It's freaking crazy. The only thing I don't like is sometimes my eyebrows melt off, but you know, it's okay, because you know. Anyway. And I'm also with my family. My dad is originally from Orlando, and so we have a lot of family down here. So that was the biggest difference for me. When I went to Coastal, I had no family. Absolutely no family. If I needed something, or if I was just wanted a home cooked meal, like, I didn't have that. So coming to Central Florida, I had that. I had my grandma here, I have my aunts, my uncles, I have my cousins. It's just great, and I love that here. And then there's so much to do. There's so much to do. It's not like there's downtown Orlando. There's amusement parks. There's food places. Can you believe I went to Coastal and there was no Panera? Like, that's all I eat. There was no Panera. I had no Panera mac and cheese. That's why I love going home, because every time I got home, I got to eat Panera mac and cheese. It was so beautiful. But now I have that here, so I'm okay. And yeah, Orlando has everything, because, you know, it's a tourist attraction. So I love that about Orlando. There's another reason I said that first. Oh, the school's huge. Like, it's huge. There's so many new people. You can go so many different type of parties, so many different exposures to everything, because it's so big. And I love it. It's cool seeing how they have, like, the frat houses, and you see all the different sororities and the Black community here, you know. And I love that so far. So even though it's only my first month in, I already feel welcomed. I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I'm around people that, no offense to other, like, I don't want to offend anybody at Coastal, because like I said, I love that school. Like, I love the people there. But I don't feel like it's closed-minded or unwelcoming at all. Like, this school's huge. You just can't have that. They have a club for literally everything. They probably have they have a club for everything. They have over 600 clubs, so it's great. I love that part about it, and I'm just excited to see what this school will bring me. I was very nervous about transferring, but once I finally did it, once I got everything together and I got, you know, my housing and stuff like that, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And I do plan on visiting sometime, because I do love you guys. I do love Chauncey. I never got that word right. It's Chanticleers. Yes, it's Chanticleers. I do, like, still mess with y'all. I still love y'all. But now I'm a knight. Woo! UCF. It's cool, because they do this thing, like, they square play when you're at the free throw line, like, and they make it, you get to do the stomp thing and clap, and you're like, UCF, swish, or so. I'm still learning it, but it gets me hype every time. I'm like, yeah, go Knights. So I do like that. And so far, I love it. They have so many food options here, and you know, I gotta eat. That's all curveballs, but eating. And right now, I'm just focused on me. I'm focused on getting my academics straight, focused on being, you know, fit and stuff, and getting that summer bod, because I am in Florida and spring break is about to be lit, hopefully. So yeah, I'm really just trying to focus on myself and my family and everything. I still love my friends at Coastal. I still miss my friends at home. And I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope you didn't see this as a hate on Coastal, because like I said, Coastal is a great school. It just wasn't the school for me. And yeah, I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life at UCF. So thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, comment, like, subscribe. Yeah.